me. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Oh, you're so... Don't start properly. Don't start.
Did we start?
Yeah, we just went live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord. Praise. It is right to give him thanks and praise.
What?
Oh. What could we sing over this today?
I'm not sure.
Well, fine.
I don't mind if ideas in a moment.
Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every episode by inviting you to reach out to Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. Caddyshack now has a link on my very own website, if that helps you find them at all. JacobV.com, JACOBVI.com. Save a life for 9. Baby Brother is back. He hosted trivia for me this week, so I could go play music at the Magic House. How was the weekly trivia game at the Blue Wood?
Oh, I think it went really well. I had not done that since before you took over that, and it was a little bit of...
Listen, if you don't talk to me
the
way that you've been talking to me all afternoon before now...
What do you mean?
I mean, just talk to me. You don't have to... You're doing this thing like you're... I think lunch was good. I think we had a good lunch.
We did have a good lunch.
We went to the Golden Hoosier over here on the King's Highway.
Yeah. It was a good burger.
It was lovely. I had the smoked tandoori chicken wings. We had the red hot riplet onion dip.
I could have gone without the dip.
I like the dip. I get the dip.
Without it.
It was $7.
Oh my goodness. You could spend like half of that at the store and just nats or whatever.
But it wasn't at we didn't say we could have gone to Schnucks for lunch if that's what you want.
I don't want to do that. It sounds horrible.
We could have gone to Ralph's for my West Coast listener.
What's Ralph's?
I think it's a grocery store out there. I'm not sure.
Oh.
We could have gone to the Publix. Some parts of the country have Publix.
There Publix exists. And then
some people
Price Chopper. That was a grocery store.
Some people say market.
What are you talking about?
My wife will say I'm going to the market.
I don't know what that means. Why would they call it that?
Because they think they're from the West Coast or something, and they say things like, it's almost like the words you learn in a foreign language class. Like they say biblioteca. You know what I mean?
Keenan doesn't say
no, I know. But that's the kind of word that is. When I hear you say...
Market?
Oh, I'm going to the supermarket.
Yeah, that's weird. I like that.
Like which one, dog?
Store.
They're all branded now. There are no generics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Trivia was fine. You don't want to plug trivia at all. We do free beer trivia every Thursday night at the Blue Wood. Baby Brother was subbing for me this week. No Antics has a brand new full-length LP of all previously unreleased material. It's a whole new bundle. Coming out July 6th, the release party for which is July 8th. There's going to be some exclusive merch July 8th. New t-shirts, new tank tops. There is a limited edition skateboard deck. I believe there's only like a dozen of those being made. Those are going to be for sale. First come, first served basis. I only get to reserve myself one, so don't ask me to reserve one for you. The markup on those is going to be crazy. We're going to sell them for a very competitive, totally affordable price, and then they're going to be on the eBay for $7,900. So... July 8th, the only opportunity to get those. No Antics, Femgrime, the LP, July 6th. It's going to be a huge show. It's going to be so much fun. July 8th is the show. July 6th is the release because we want people to have a couple days to listen to the new album before the show. Blinded by Stereo coming off a really great couple of gigs, and we got a couple of brand new songs in the works, the newest of which is very, very exciting. So stay tuned. Blinded by Stereo is not a monolith. Blinded by Stereo has things on the horizon. Cooking with Gas.
I'd say you're coming up. Yep. Flowrider.
expect new music from Jacob V and the Yes Men this summer. I have 2 songs in the works that I'm trying to wrap up to have a version of, at least on the Patreon, by June 24th, which is our last St. Louis gig in that lineup. Chris is moving to Atlanta, so it'll be a different thing.
We talked about this on your last podcast.
No, I know, but I'm plugging it because it's still forthcoming. We still have a couple weeks.
It is forthcoming.
June 24th, free show at Bluewood Brewing. Jacob V and the Yes Men. I have to borrow AJ's shield still for the drums, but that's coming up. So those are them's the plugs. Patreon.com/Jacob V is the only way to support this show financially. It's $1 a week, and I've been posting shit in there constantly. I post footage from gigs. I post demos. I post first drafts of edits for all kinds of things that we work on here. And stay tuned. Clay, you're on the Patreon.
Yes, sir, I am.
You've been keeping up with any of that stuff?
I hop on every once in a while,
good,
I'll be honest.
Good.
Yeah,
Fuck
I like
you.
to keep an eye. I really should.
You know, we talked about this at lunch today, and then as we pulled up, there's water flowing down my street. The water system in St. Louis here apparently is on the brink of, I'm assuming that means the brink of some sort of a collapse.
Yeah, where'd you see that?
RFT, but let's look and see what they were talking about.
I'd love to know what they were talking about.
RFT is my favorite place to get headlines for the show. That doesn't mean they're the best news source. Here we go. Referred Times. Mayor's office says the city has had more than 60 water main breaks since October. So, for example, 2 parts of my neighborhood over here are on a boil order right now because of a water main break. Not my block specifically, but over in Holly Hills and over in Lindenwood Park, they're on a boil order. And apparently, it's not just here. Apparently, it's happening all over the city frequently. A month after a serious water main break shut down all traffic on Interstate 64, that was when they closed the highway in front of the zoo. There's been another break causing serious headaches in the city, this time near Lansdowne and Chippewa in the St. Louis Hills neighborhood. Lansdowne is way over. Lansdowne and Chippewa that's the St. Louis Bread Company and the Lion's Choice.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. That's Lansdowne that goes up the hill away from Chippewa. Mm-hmm. In one split second, it went all the way to LeGrand's and put up to the doors of the firehouse. And up to the doors of the fire. Sorry. This is a quote, and I hate reading people on the street quotes. In one split second, it went all the way to LeGrand's and up to the doors of the firehouse across the street, said one woman who lives in an apartment right in front of the break, who asked RFT not to print her name. Good. So what this is just, it's old infrastructure is the problem here. I mean, I don't think a water main is supposed to last forever. Water infrastructure is long overdue. Public Utilities Director Kurt Scooby said as much in front of the Board of Aldermen. Board of Aldermen last adjusted the city's water rate in 2010. But that's the other thing. Our water is really cheap here. We're charged not by usage like out in the county, but by like the size of your property and your number of bathrooms and shit.
That man's name was Scooby?
Scooby.
I heard Scooby.
It's spelled like Scooby, but with a U instead of one of the O's.
Hate that.
Yeah, I don't love it. It's not my favorite.
It just doesn't look good on paper.
They mentioned whoever the people are at the RT must live around me because we always care about the same shit. Who is this guy? Who is this?
I don't know.
So I don't know him at all. Oh, he looks like he would work there. Listen, give me a fucking job, Ryan. Fuck.
You want to work at the RFT?
Oh, I would love to write for the RFT. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that'd be fun.
I don't think it'd be hard to do.
I don't think about that stuff very often.
About what?
Like,
you don't think about your water infrastructure? See, here, my water bill is flat. It's paid quarterly, and it's calculated based off of like the size of the property and the number of bathrooms and stuff. Mm-hmm. And how many people live there, I think, is also in the equation. But they have a standardized equation. But they haven't adjusted any aspect of those rates in 13 years. And then here's my problem, though. Even if they could afford to fix everything, I don't know that they could effectively staff all the fixing enough to get it up and going and a meaningful amount of time. Isn't that a huge part of the problem right now too?
I mean, everything's taking forever, like road work and shit.
Like, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. The shit that's closed. Fucking Eichelberger's closed.
Eichelberger.
Eichelberger.
How dare you close Eichelberger?
But you know, I actually buy purified drinking water for my ice maker, and that's really where I get most of my flat tap from.
Your ice maker?
That we're both enjoying right now. I buy purified drinking water just for the ice maker. Because I don't like the water out of the sinks down here in the basement. It's probably fine, but they're not like...
I don't mind sink water at home. Like, that doesn't bother me.
I also have a filter tap on the main sink in the kitchen. Like a separate spigot that does the filtered water.
Oh, is that
and filtered? It's one of those that when it expires or whatever, it seals itself up, so it won't work until you replace it. So you can't like drink it nasty or something.
Wow.
I know, and it's just a little screw thing underneath the sink that you swap out. It's really great.
This sounds like a whole thing. But
also, so that's like, the only water I serve my wife.
Does that sound like a way to like trap you into buying another one?
Well, I can drink water out of the straight faucet, but I have a 2-stage filtered option right next to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because you don't want to use a dirty filter.
I mean, but some people just don't care if the filter's like dirty. They'll just keep doing it. You know, some people like don't want to go buy a new one and just don't feel like they need to, and they just use the old one, and then it just gets grosser and grosser on them.
Yeah,
they may eventually get sick. Who knows?
Why are you whispering to me?
What?
Where? I mean, I fed you too much. That's why you're saying we didn't need the dip.
I would love a nap right now.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we should just nap on the stream. Let me turn one of these lights off. I'll come back there with you with this cat, and we'll just bro down.
I mean,
I'm
okay.
That'll be so ASMR with the sound of our throat tissue blocking our airways.
I don't even think I snore.
Oh, okay.
I used to. When I was bigger, I snored. And sometimes, like, if I sleep, like, drunk, yeah.
Drunk sleep?
Drunk sleep,
snoring. You ever do a drunk sleep?
Drunk sleep, snoring.
You were drunk sleeping last night, I can tell.
I had a few last night.
Where were you going?
Huh?
Where were you?
Oh, I went and got some drinks with some friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wildfires. We talked about this at lunch.
I can't believe how that's affecting so much stuff. I guess I don't know how big they are, though.
Yeah, but you showed me a crazy thing. There was a clip you sent me of...
I sent it to you.
Satellite footage of... You could see the smoke plumes all forming from these, like, 12 different wildfires all at once. As if they were, like... started simultaneously.
Yeah, and so I think someone was trying to argue that was due to the way that lightning strikes or something like that, and then the dry air. But
if it was dry enough, it's ready for it. And if lightning struck, there could have been multiple contact points that ignited at the same time from a lightning strike.
That sounds like
I didn't know it involved lightning. Are you saying it involved lightning?
I don't really know.
Can you look into that?
I guess I could.
So you're saying that the wildfires that are creating the smog over most of the North America right now, there was satellite footage we saw. You could look this. No. Don't. I can't have other people's audio on my stream. I'll shut this down.
I shut it down. I'm sorry.
I'll shut this down.
I'm just trying to help you.
I'll shut it down.
Yeah, it's hard for me to really look into this and also participate in the show. So
you don't have to talk to me right now. I'm telling the audience what we were talking about. So there's satellite. I don't know how to get it on the screen from my phone. This is the thing. Like, they should have a TikTok feature built into... I bet you vMix does.
What's vMix?
It's a streaming software. It's more expensive than this one that I use, but this is great usually. Now, but on TikTok you can find this. I'm sure it's posted a million times. That there's satellite feed of the area where the wildfires are burning. And then you see these plumes of smoke start to form all at the same time from vastly separated regions. And so you're saying severe enough lightning in the midst of
dry weather,
dry timber. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and then boom, fire. But like, it's still weird that they're so spread out and randomly placed. But
crazy!
Like all at the same time.
Yeah.
Strange.
Really great. Really great. What are we going to do about that? Is there anything to do? The air quality here was orange the other day. It's never that bad.
No, it's been consistently like that lately. And
it's never that bad.
No, I mean, but it's true. Like I
wonder how this is affecting
I get notifications
planes.
daily telling me
is this affecting planes or planes above the smoke?
I don't think it's affecting planes. You know what? That might not be true. It might be hard to land in New York right now. Just saw how bad it was.
Who would know about this?
Al.
No, it's 3:45. Alfred is busy.
Damn it. It was a hard guess.
Not a bad... it's a Saturday, so I looked. How nice is this to be able to podcast on a Saturday afternoon? Beautiful, hot St. Louis heat. I really felt really good and nourished about lunch until I finished those fries. There was definitely truffle oil on my fries. You think there was lemon on those?
I feel like there was like lemon.
It was like a rosemary garlic Parmesan fry thing they do.
It might have just been the zest of a lemon.
It had a really lovely brightness, and there were definitely fresh herbs in the equation.
Mm-hmm. I got the herbs.
There were herbs, but there was definitely a zesty, citrusy afterbirth that was really nice. But I didn't detect any actual lemon.
I don't know. I got like that citrus note to it, and it just seemed
I'd believe zest. If you told me zest, I'd believe you.
It might have been lemon zest. You really don't know.
Lemon zest would be a good idea. You zest it up.
We could have asked. We didn't.
I didn't feel like talking to anybody.
Well, the waitress was nice. No one there seemed unfriendly.
No, it was lovely. She knew you from the... this is what it's like being famous.
Yeah, I know. I hate when that happens.
Knew you from the clubhouse, which is not a nice place, Clay.
It's right by my house.
To be known.
It's so close to my house.
Yeah, she used to work there, apparently. Lovely young lady.
That place sometimes doesn't... No, I guess they got really rid of that. They had a moment where they're hiring a bunch of people that lasted like only a few weeks, and then they quit. And I mean, it might be the ownership. But I like that place because it's so close to home. And they're nice to me there.
Are they nice to you?
Yeah, the owner's name is Tim. Nice fella.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tim's, Father's Day, we're having our 3rd annual Pride stream here on Jacob V Weekly. Nighthawk and Papa Tim will be back to talk all things Pride. It just coincidentally we've done it twice before, so this one's the 3rd annual. It's always the month of Pride. It's just as a time of year where we all have a moment where we can breathe and get together, I think, is the main thing. So that's been a popular episode, though, historically. So that's next week. That's very exciting. So I won't have to do one after this before that one.
We're really packing them in this week, though.
No, but it's supposed to
1 week.
It's supposed to be every week. This one will be next week. Like, it'll go out tonight, but we'll count it as midnight.
And then you'll just deliver on the weekends from now on?
Well, not from now on, just when we can fucking do it. You and me, we're not supposed to be able to podcast today, remember? We were supposed to have plans, I thought. But, miscommunication.
Oh, yeah. No, this was definitely like a backup.
Yeah, This is a good idea. And this is what we should do.
This was not the original plan.
When we have surprise openings in our day, this is when we should catch up for the pod. I have a regrettable memory.
Did you say for the bod?
For the pod?
That makes more sense.
I tried to mention this to you at lunch, and you weren't really clear on what I was talking about. So I'm going to tell you the whole story as if you weren't there.
I was very present at lunch. What are you talking about?
No. I'm going to tell you the story that I wanted to tell you about at lunch, about the kids you didn't remember from when we were kids.
Oh, yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't... There's a lot of chunks of my childhood that I don't remember.
More on that in a minute. I have a regrettable memory of a cringe moment that I experienced, and I've regretted ever since. There were these kids that we hung out with sometimes, very infrequently, certainly with no regularity, who were the grandchildren of a friend of my grandmother's. So we didn't see them very often, but occasionally, they were recognizable, and we would get to, hang out with them at a barbecue or something. And our aunt, who watched us in the summer a lot, lived in the same building as their grandmother. So we would see them on occasion. It was nice.
Which one?
So these were Linda's grandkids.
No, which aunt lived?
Cindy lived in that building.
Oh,
and then Kristen lived in that building.
Was that the Miami one?
Yeah,
that's right.
That was Linda's building. It's the only reason we knew about that building.
I always kind of wondered where that lady came from. I'm glad you're explaining.
And that was grandmother's good friend for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't keep track of these details. That's okay.
That's
my job. I'm the giver.
I don't live in the past much.
No, it's okay. Now, but here's the thing. I think about this memory all the time. And so we're at this other kid's birthday party. At this lovely, humble South St. Louis home, and there's some kind of game we're playing, and the winner of the game was supposed to get some kind of a surprise, and we were waiting for the surprise at the end of the game, and she says, close your eyes, and we open our eyes, and a guy dressed up like the White Power Ranger was there, and we all got super excited, and we got to take pictures, and he did karate moves. He was dressed up like a mascot for like a birthday party, like a big puffy White Power Ranger, right? And blah blah blah, and everyone's having a great time, and then the party's over, and I didn't know that the White Power Ranger was the surprise for the party for the game. And so after the White Power Ranger left, we were going to leave, and I went up to the mom. And I said, hey, did you forget about the surprise for the game? Because I thought she got interrupted by the White Power. I'm like 7. And I thought she got interrupted by the White Ranger. And I thought I was supposed to get a Tootsie Roll or something.
Yeah, but what surprise did you really want?
I didn't know. That's the thing. Roll? I was just so lost in the fixation of what could that surprise be. It could be anything. She could give me the keys to the house. I don't know. And then this fucking poser shows up dressed like the White Power Ranger and ruins it.
I mean, I could see.
But it turns out he was the surprise. But here's the thing: it was not my party, so I did not go in there.
You know what? You've never liked costume people coming to birthday parties.
This is exactly where I'm going with this.
The Batman thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's next.
That's embarrassing.
That it wasn't my party, so I wasn't expecting anything. So I was not super. I was like, this is so fun. And all this time later, I still live in cringe over that memory of, I went up to that lady and said, hey, did you forget the surprise? And she said, oh, I'm sorry. That was the surprise. And so I seem like some ungrateful, unappreciative.
That's exactly what it sounds
little bastard. But it wasn't my party. So in my brain, I'm like, that was a super memorable moment at a birthday party.
Feelings.
Everyone's going to remember. I don't think she took it that personally. It was not my party.
I don't know. Sometimes when a 7-year-old says some shit, you know.
It was just me and her. I didn't complain or throw a fit, or certainly not in front of anybody. But I want that lady to know, whatever the fuck her name was, that I thought that was a good move. And as an adult, I appreciate the White Ranger at the party. But at the time...
Wasn't the White Ranger the Green Ranger before he was the White Ranger?
He went back and forth, I feel like.
Like, I feel like he was originally the Green Ranger.
Maybe.
And then he became the White Ranger.
And then that guy hung himself.
Yep. Yeah, God, that's sad.
That'll happen. R.I.P., little bro.
What was the one where they all had cars?
You gotta be Too Fast, Too Furious.
That wasn't it. I was talking about Power Rangers.
I don't know. Need for Speed Underground Dose.
That wasn't it either. It's okay. Move on. Look at that cat. You got that cat on you.
So, Here's the thing. Like you mentioned, I also have a history of not enjoying masked performers at a child's birthday party. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the Batman at all on Tholosan?
I remember the mustache.
Here's the thing.
Batman doesn't have a mustache.
Well, that's exactly what you said at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was funny. Hilarious. I didn't think it was funny. I ran and hid. This Batman walks into my mother's apartment, and that building was a piece of shit.
Yeah, why were you scared of Batman?
And those people downstairs were Hoosiers. And there were 11 of them.
Why were you scared of Batman?
Because I knew it wasn't Batman, because he had a fucking mustache. And now nowadays, people are like, well, actually, in Batman Beyond, he had a mustache in the prologue. And so there's like a middle-aged Batman that would have had a mustache, and that's canon. And I'm like, you know what? Not at my party.
We have a picture of that day.
Yeah, because all the women, all the aunts and grandmothers and stuff posed with Batman because I ran and hid in a tent in my bedroom.
But there's a picture of everyone out front, and then like the Batman up on the balcony or in like the upstairs window. Like
no, we had a balcony. Yeah,
we had a balcony.
Yeah, with his cape open, with a fucking in my head too. He's wearing glasses, like an optometrist's glasses.
No, he wasn't.
In my head, it was like an old man.
No, the cowl was a little off, but it was still a Batman.
I can forgive a cowl.
A cowl.
Cowl.
But
a mustache on my Batman in the 90s?
You know, our parents were just trying to get by. They just had 2 children.
And that was just mom doing that. They weren't married at that time. Yeah. Dad wasn't throwing down on the Batman.
That's a lot going on. How much do you think it costs for a mustachioed Batman?
At least a couple $100.
Goodness.
Even if he's only there 30 minutes, he had to get into that suit and back out of it.
Mm-hmm. They probably knew somebody. They knew somebody.
Well, I'm sure he could have even rented the suit.
They were already friends with the Batman.
Yeah, I think she found him in the paper.
The paper?
This is the 90s, Bug. We had the Pizza Hut magnet with the phone number on it.
God, I forgot about the man. So much has happened in the last 25 years.
We had orange VHS tapes of the Rugrats.
Yeah, I remember those. That was actually, I really liked that color.
It was dope as hell. And when I see a different color other than gray of an N64 cartridge, I'm like, I fucks with that.
Yellow or blue or
gold. Red.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong 64 was yellow.
Okay.
Ocarina of Time was gold.
I saw like a TikTok or something the other day. And it was
The World Is Not Enough was blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, it was.
I couldn't figure that game out. Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever beat it. I should try it again.
Also, wasn't Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 blue as well?
Yeah, I think so. Blue cartridge, big dog.
Yep.
The Batman. That somebody just texted us that. You can always text the show when we're live at 314-626-4208.
Who texted?
I don't have the name here. I can open the app, but it's just so funny to me. I don't know why I can't get away from saying that.
What?
I'm still thinking about getting that lip filler, but it kind of looks like maybe I'm allergic to something we ate for lunch because it looks like maybe I got some already.
Is it the tandoori chicken?
I think it's just a little tandoori dip on my upper lip. A
little tandoori shade.
Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for lip filler on a budget, just have some tandoori chicken.
This is a good cat.
This is compelling content here.
I'm sorry. I like that we both have one of the cats on us.
I told my mom, my poor sweet mother, she could not have even been 30. And she had hired this Batman to come to my party, and he had a mustache, and I didn't like it. I mean, because I come correct. You were a
little jerk and just ran away.
I come correct. If you're going to do Batman, but don't give me Halfman.
That's probably all they could afford at the time.
I don't think he had a price sans mustache. I think she booked a Batman, and he chose to keep a mustache. Like, I wasn't going to notice. It's the only part of his face I can see. I could give a shit what he had on underneath.
What if he had a soul patch and no mustache?
I would have even been more cool with a soul patch, but it was that nothing under the lip, fucking grandpa mustache.
Yep. Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty bad.
Somebody draw me a fucking Batman with a mustache and show yourself how ridiculous it is. Your parking in front of the Golden Hoosier just expired, so we made it out of there just in time.
How much did you put into the thing?
I always do maximum 2 hours.
Oh, what the hell? We weren't there for an hour.
I'm not fucking around. I don't want to think about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't have gotten a ticket anyway.
It was $2.
That's good.
It was your car. You wouldn't have gotten a ticket.
No, you would have had it because you did the meter. No, it probably been on my car. I was just kidding. So
I told my mom, my poor, sweet, probably 28-year-old mother with these 2 bastard children, single, living in a shitbox, 4-family flat. I don't even believe in that kind of collaborative housing. I mean, I would never. It was right over yonder. Right by where we just had lunch. And
where was it?
And her birthday boy runs and hides from the Batman that she paid her last $200 for, I'm sure. And I tell her, I didn't want any special guests at my party.
Well, especially if it's a...
Oh, so we're just not even talking into the microphone anymore? What were you were trying to get as far away from it as possible.
I was kind of like stretching. I'm sorry. But yeah, no special guest meaning no mustachioed Batman.
Yeah, no mustaches on my Batman. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, that was a thing that happened to you.
It happened to us. It was my birthday.
It was your birthday. I was just there.
See, this is how I felt when the White Ranger showed up and I thought I was supposed to get a Tootsie Roll.
Do you want a Tootsie Roll?
No, I think I've had my fill. We kind of blow through them at the School of Rock. We have a lot of Tootsie Rolls.
Ew. I don't like Tootsie Rolls. There's
better candy.
There is better candy.
But it's like an old school, like it has a higher shelf life than like a nougat.
What about a Werther's Original?
I do like a Worthy. I like the little old lady strawberry candies.
The strawberry cream, whatever the fuck's, yes.
I don't even know if it's cream. Oh no, that's a strawberry cream thing that's like the consistency of a Werther's. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the wrapper looks like a strawberry.
Oh.
And it's just strawberry flavored.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like flaky on the it's got a hard candy outside, but it's like flaky or something on the inside. It's really good. It'll stick really to your teeth though. Oh my god, I can feel it. I look like shit. Look at me. Look at my face on camera right now.
When's the last time you had a personal health day?
I'm in the middle of one.
That's nice.
I did teach all morning. You mean a whole day?
A whole day.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh. I don't get to do that. I'm trying to stack these bands.
I know, but you gotta sleep and take care of yourself.
I do sleep. I usually get at least 6 hours.
You gotta get more than that.
I would like to get a lot more than that, but I got a little too much sleep for a couple of years, and now I'm trying to make up for,
Is there any day of the week where you get to sleep in?
Not right now.
I did it today.
Last
it was
week,
delightful.
I got to sleep in a couple days because I didn't have camp. But I was in summer camp all
and your
week.
phone fell in the crack, so you were late in that one day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I slept probably a full 8 hours that day because my body demanded it, and my mattress started to eat my phone. It's like my phone and my mattress are competing for my affection.
I just had that happen before, and like we talked about last time, I guess.
Oh, I mean,
one with me and your house keys.
Yeah. Ugh. And the only reason I think it was even allowed to happen is because I did 2 14-hour days in a row.
That's a lot.
And so it was that third day that my body was like, "You're sleeping until 10."
Oh yeah.
I woke up. We talked about this already. Did we podcast just a couple days ago?
On Wednesday.
Oh, but that day. That was the day I overslept.
Our shit's gonna rub together on this because
No, it's perfect. People love you, and we have catching up to do.
I saw you Wednesday.
No, but we have catching up. I need 50 episodes for the year, brother.
Okay. Well, let's throw a topic.
We haven't done one every week so far this year.
Throw a topic on me.
We're in the middle of it. We were talking about the mustachioed Batman.
I thought that ended.
Well, it could end. It's kind of a trauma memory. I just thought you'd have more input, being that you were at both of these parties that I just told stories about.
I don't.
Guess who was with me?
I just don't really remember any.
Guess who was at both those parties with me? My beautiful companion, my sweet baby boy.
Oh yeah, it was me. I thought you were trying to tell me.
You 7-foot bastard. You are a long, fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I want to know what love is. Sing it.
No. I'm offended because I'm a long bitch.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of notice in the text that I've noticed this at the corner of my eye. I was hoping no one would notice it. Which cat keeps coming over to me?
I don't know. They're both on me right now.
The one that keeps coming over to me, it's either Hans or King, has been flexing his anus into my camera so hard. This whole time he comes over here, and it's not just that you can see that it's the backside of a cat. It looks like he is flexing his anus Penthouse style. I don't know if this stream is going to be kept up. If PETA gets a hold of this, they're going to be so upset. I saw him do it the first time, and I was like, ugh, he better not keep doing that. And if you're just listening, I apologize. See, because we have a lot of people that just listen, and so I was going to try to let it go. But when you text me live and acknowledge that you've also noticed the cat flexing his anus into the camera for the last 40 minutes...
It's so funny because he was staring at me the whole time.
He was staring at you. And guess what's behind him? My fucking camera. He's been flexing his anus into my camera.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Put a mustache on Batman, and I got a fucking cat's anus in 4K on my Asako 4K, brother. Picasso.
I love that so much.
I can't keep it straight. The Italians and the Japanese, I get them so similar sometimes with their names.
What?
I said Picasso. It's Picasso, but I said Asako. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a high definition camera zoomed in perfectly right here on a cat's butthole for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, that happened.
I don't know how. I'm not getting any help here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do the best I can do, and people aren't giving me anything to work with.
They could also just not look at the cat's anus.
No, not them. I'm not mad at the audience. I'm mad at the cat for flexing his anus.
I'm aware.
In my camera.
This is the cat's home. If the cat wants to get up there and flex its anus.
The whole space is his home, though. He doesn't have to be. I have him zoomed in on this little fucking cubicle I live in when I'm doing this fucking show, and he had to come right into my cubicle and flex his anus.
Yeah. I like when cats do stuff like that. I just think it's funny.
Oh,
it's funny.
I'm so sick of you. I can't even get a reaction out of you. I guess this is good for now, huh?
What do you mean?
We still got some time.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're acting like oh, I'm whatever. I mean, what gets you fired up? If it's not a cat's butthole in your camera, I don't know what it is.
Existential dread. That's a big one.
What are you existentially dreading?
Huh? Existential dread, just like what the hell am I doing kind of thing, because I'm still doing what I'm doing work wise, and
yeah.
So I had a crisis this last week because I almost bought a tool belt from Home Depot.
Yeah, we talked about that on Wednesday. That
was the day that it happened. Wednesday was a very eventful day.
Wednesday, I think what we're learning is Wednesday was such a crazy day that we're still recovering from Wednesday today on Saturday.
You're right. I also went out Wednesday, and I shouldn't have.
Oh my God! What are you trying to do to yourself?
I'm just.
You do this thing. You won't eat real food.
That's not true. I just ate real food with you earlier.
Can you quit moving your legs? First, I got the cat's butthole.
I do have 3 protein shakes a day, and that's.
Quit moving your legs. You're on camera, and it's distracting to me.
I'm sorry.
Your big ghostly white knees.
I know.
It's the only thing in frame that's moving.
I need some sun.
It's like a screensaver.
I'm just doing my dance. It's fine.
God damn it.
What?
I just deserve better.
This is a good cat.
The cats are precious. They just don't have any awareness of the visibility.
They say that when the cat shows its butthole to you, it's showing that it's trusting you. So maybe the cat trusts the audience and really wanted them to know about it.
You think that's what it is? You think?
Yeah, it was. But the first time King telling the world "I love you,"
it felt almost like
an
OnlyFans situation
for a very niche group. Just hey, look at my cat's butthole. Is that where you're pushing? Are you pimping out these cats for likes?
Well, that's the thing. I was like, are they trying to get? I mean, I'll start them in OnlyFans if that's what they want.
Don't do that.
But it seems like they're trying to hijack me.
They're too nervous. I think they just need an outlet. They want the world to know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Live and trust and flex that butt.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Did you see Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan are coming to town? Did we talk about that?
No. Why would they come to St. Louis?
They're coming together to play the Enterprise.
What are they playing? Soccer?
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be a horrible game.
My thing is, I told my in-laws this. They texted us in the group chat and said, we could all go to this. And I said, I'm not going to go listen to 2 millionaires tell me not to say the F word. How old is your wife, Jerry?
What do you got against Jerry?
He married some broad that was like 30 years younger than him.
Well, that's like how Al Pacino impregnated his 29-year-old girlfriend.
Not
recently.
Okay with me. I mean,
it's gross. He's 84 years old, and she's 29.
Is that even fair to do to the child?
I don't know. I'm just sad that he's
those kids ever messed up.
He's still using his junk.
If a really old guy.
He's super old. Oh well, Robert De Niro just did the same thing. He's expecting his 7th kid.
But is that harmful to the child at all?
Probably. No, I mean, no, not. It's still just sperm.
I didn't want you to say it. I didn't want you to say it. I was giving you every opportunity not to say it.
It's still as much sperm as young person sperm. And so that it doesn't really affect the child, no. I got a buddy who I think his dad was like 65 when he had him.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean his dad's no longer with us, but yeah, no, pretty crazy. Thinking about having children at that age, because what do you do? Like, I freak out with the idea of possibly producing at like 35 and then being like the 55-year-old dad at the high school graduation when everyone else is like, you know, a decade younger or something like that. And
I don't think about that.
I don't know. I really jump up there sometimes. Like, what am I going to look like in 10 years?
When Terrifying. I was at this point in my life that you're in now, I was thinking...
We're 10 months apart in age. What are you doing?
No, but I mean, you're about to get married. I've been married for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful wedding.
Thank you so much.
Old Rock House really did it.
You helped a lot. You could have helped more, but you did help a lot.
I did not help as much as other people, but...
that's true.
But I still had a great time.
Yeah. And then... good.
I know, so dumb.
I maintain you didn't tip the bus driver enough, but...
I didn't?
Yeah, but we didn't know.
How much did I tip the bus driver?
I mean, it should have been more, because it should have been depending on how much it costs.
This is the first that I'm hearing of that, so that's my bad. I don't take many buses.
Right, we know.
Well, now I feel like a dick.
No, she's fine. I have actually traveled with her several times, and she's fine.
Is she mad at me?
No.
What's her name?
I don't remember her name. Keenan Wood.
Well, now I just have this feeling of guilt.
No.
And shame.
No.
Devastation, really.
I'm devastated.
It's okay, though, you know, because that was a few years ago, and they'll never find me.
Who?
The bus driver.
Hold on 1 second.
I feel like I gotta hide from the bus driver, is what I'm saying.
I want to say... I keep wanting to say Beverly, but that was when we were kids.
There was a bus driver named Beverly. Who are you calling? Who are you calling? Why are you on the phone right now? We're on the air.
Sorry, I'm on the pod right now, but I saw you called me.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, we're not doing anything later. Did you call Keenan? I don't know if she's awake.
Did you pause your podcast?
Oh, okay, I'll have her
Are you doing this on the podcast?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Put a 20 on the slots, Daddy-O. Okay, I'll pray for you.
What are you doing?
My father-in-law called me, and I thought somebody was dead, because he never calls me.
Oh. And, that would scare the shit out of me.
It turns out he's just bored, and they're going gambling. That's our family's influence on them. They don't gamble.
But it just sounds like they're going to go gambling.
But they don't normally. They're that bored.
Our family's never taken the Priestleys to gamble.
We haven't? But we go gambling, I'm saying. Not as young people. It's always a generational thing.
I like going to hit the slots sometimes. Sometimes me and your mother will go hit the slots.
But have we ever been with anyone that's not as old as Mom?
Early 20s drinking casino nights.
I didn't do a lot of that. You went with just people. I
did a handful of those, and it's just got a little bit too aggressive. Yeah. Don't miss those days.
Who would you do that with?
We don't need to name people.
People I know.
Sure. You know, back in like the Mike Duffy's Kirkwood drinking days.
I try not to. Remember that time all you fuckers... Never mind. Whoop.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Cut that.
What will you want? Okay, we'll talk about that later.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Jesus. I have a scar on my arm because I was blackout drunk at Mike Duffy's, and my friend Jason, R.I.P., put a cigarette in between our arms to see who could hold it there the longest. And I was blackout drunk, so I knew I wasn't going to bitch out. And we just did it until someone said, "Okay, you could stop now." It wasn't
on that very
anymore.
same patio. I let a girl punch me in the face because she was angry at something.
She was angry at something else?
She was angry at something and said, "I just want to hit somebody." And I said, "I'm drunk. Hit me."
Did it make her feel better?
Well, she went to go punch me in the face, and she went way too wide and hit me in the ear.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Someone had a video of it, and it's just like, my ear!
You have to find that.
It's gone forever. It's
why? This is why you have to have a Google Drive.
Ear!
I have decades of videos of crazy shit that I keep in my Google Drive.
Well, because her fist, like, glanced off the back of my ear, so it just kind of pinched the
back of your earlobe?
Back lobe against my skull, and it hurt like a motherfucker.
What an idiot.
And then my ear was bleeding.
I can't believe she would punch you in the ear.
Well, she was trying to hit me in the face, but she's never hit someone before, so.
She close-fisted you in the ear?
Yep.
She could have knocked one of your teeth out. I'm glad she didn't.
A whole lot could have happened.
Close fist to the earlobe.
Mm-hmm. You know, those old Kirkwood drinking days.
I think that's any little small-town vibe.
You know why? You know why?
They're bored out of their mind.
You know why all that horrible shit happened at that place all the time? Was because after 9 o'clock, it was like $4 cocktails,
$5 pitchers,
and $5 pitchers.
You could get a double rum and diet for $3.50.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like doing just double fisting whiskey cokes all night.
Yeah, what if I could I just have an Old Crow and Pepsi?
Yeah, is it Bellows? Can I have the Bellows with a splash of cola?
Just so people don't think it's straight Bellows. Just dark enough. That karaoke would get crusty, dog.
The bourbon at the clubhouse is 10 high.
Oh, my Uncle Raymond used to drink 10 high.
It's very vanilla forward for just what it is.
It's vanilla forward?
It's a vanilla forward bourbon for sure.
I always get it mixed up with Hot Damn because the people that made 10 high also made Hot Damn, and Hot Damn was like the original Fireball. It was like a cinnamon.
It was a cinnamon schnapps.
Yeah.
I found a whole pint of it once behind a shelf.
But wasn't it whiskey
when I was a child? Huh?
Was it schnapps? Or was it? I thought it was a cinnamon whiskey.
It was cinnamon schnapps.
Oh, but they also made 10 high, I believe. I think it was the same people. Ugh.
Yeah, no, 10 highs.
Hot damn.
It's not horrible, I guess, but it's
10 high is horrible. 10 high is horrible. You don't need it. You don't need to come up with a reason to make yourself. This is not North Korea.
If I ever get a whiskey at the clubhouse, it's just a shot of 10 high.
We're not living in Gaza right now. You don't have to drink 10 high. There's better. You like Four Roses, and just drink that.
I like Four Roses.
You don't have to become okay with 10 high because then you start drinking it out of an insulated
plastic
mug
container. I could pour wine into my White Claw.
That I like. Mm-hmm. That I like. White Claw is nice though.
In a witch cup.
10 high is not nearly as nice as White Claw. White Claw's a premium seltzer, not a sponsor.
You used to drive around with that shit in a witch cup.
I was Ubering mostly by the time I got to that. Because there was a dangerous period in time where I was still drinking, but we had Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I got banned for a little bit.
Oh, did I ever tell you about my story about when I left Kansas City?
No.
So the last day I was in Kansas City, the day I was moving back, I woke up in the fire escape stairwell to an apartment building that I'd never been to before. And I had to take an Uber, and I had a white t-shirt on that people drew a big face on and wrote a bunch of weird shit on it, and it was a size too small. And I had to stand outside of the Quick Trip on Main in Kansas City. In Midtown, and
they have Quick Trips there.
Yeah, there was one, and I called an Uber, and I was like, you'll see me, yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm the one.
Yeah, and I got a ride back to my car.
What did he say when he saw you after you said you'll see me?
And he said, "You have a fun night," and I was like, "Obviously." And that was it, pretty much. And I was just like,
"But you didn't remember getting there?"
No. Also, when I woke up in the stairwell.
Just before the police came.
My hat, my glasses, my wallet, my phone, everything was gone, and I thought I got robbed. And then I went down 2 flights, and it was 2 flights down on a landing. It was all my shit in my hat, like a little bucket. And
but wait, whose apartment building was it?
No idea.
How close was it to your place?
Not far.
How close was it to where you were supposed to be?
Apparently, I diverted the Uber. But I have no idea why.
You got in an Uber. Do you think you got kicked out of the Uber?
No, because it was past where I was living at the time, I think.
Who do you think you were going to see?
I don't fucking know, man. I was blackout drunk.
You know how many times that's happened to me?
What?
Where I go into an Uber and then I end up in a totally different location. So, but why do you think you left your stuff 2 flights down?
I haven't the slightest clue. That was a very dark period for me.
So the stuff was all in your hat on the main floor?
No, I was 3 flights up. It was 2 flights up.
So you went up a flight. dropped your stuff off, went up another flight, went to sleep.
Apparently.
Do you think maybe you thought it was your building?
Well, at the time, I was staying at our cousin's house, which was like
because you had already been kicked out of your apartment.
Neighborhood. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, you were. Those were the dog days, brother. You were.
Oh yeah, no,
Bangkok had you.
It was rough, but also I had drank like that entire day before. It was my going away party and everything.
Was it some kind of an event?
What do you mean?
Why were you drinking all day?
Oh, it was my last shift at that job. I was bartending a day shift, and it was my last day. And then I immediately clock out, and then like started my going away party when I was moving back to St. Louis. And it was just a lot, and I was so gross because I had been out the night before and I didn't shower. And
so it was a 3-day.
It was like a bender. Yeah,
you were on a bender.
Yeah.
How close to that was it that everything had blown up? Because you had come back here for March 31st. And then that's when everything blew up, and then you had to go back, though, to finish the semester?
Yeah, I went back to finish the semester, finish paramedic school, and then, that's all I was doing. I had 2 days off in the 2 months between March 31st and, like, the move back date.
Jeepers creepers.
Yeah, I think the first day I had a panic attack because I had forgotten what it was like to have a day off, and I didn't know what to do.
You felt like you should have been doing something.
Mm-hmm. But the funny part of the story that I was really interested in sharing was the waking up in the stairwell to an apartment building that I'd never been to, and then having to
nobody noticed you? How did you wake? What woke you up? Just noises outside?
Yeah, just waking up.
Just the mailman? Mm-hmm. That is so interesting.
Yeah, and then I got my shit, and then I packed up my car, and then I drove back home with like the worst hangover in the world. And then I was moved back to St. Louis. Because remember, I moved out there in a 20-foot U-Haul, and I moved back in a Toyota Corolla. Like, it was a thing. And so, like, I just, like, didn't have any shit. Because remember when I moved there, you sold all my stuff for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she had nice furniture.
Exactly. And so I did that. And that was a weird time. Because I worked security at a Harley-Davidson plant for a second.
Yeah, and you had to shave for that.
And I had to shave for that? Oh, I looked horrible.
I did not like it at all.
I look so much better now when I shave than I did back then. Jesus, I don't know. It was just that doughy chin stuff going on.
Well, you're in a lot better shape now, I think, too.
That's fair. Yeah. That has a lot to do with it. I haven't been in like 4 days. I feel pretty bad.
To the gym? Mm-hmm. You should probably go today.
I need to go today, yeah. But it's just, I'm just being lazy today. I'm just being lazy. I guess I can go this evening.
Yeah, go this evening. Go. Yeah. You could have a nap after this. We're almost done here, and then you could go this evening.
That probably would work out just fine.
Yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
So you don't remember any of the crazy stories from when we were kids that we talk about on this show?
No, I mean I blocked out a lot of it. I don't know what did it, but there's some weird things that I remember.
Like what? That's what I want.
Huh. No, it's really nothing significant. Like it's like weird little things. Like, hey, remember the ice cream cone at Manier Middle School? Like,
yeah,
used to look like it had a bite taken out of the cone because someone broke it.
Somebody hit it with a car. I think that school is way smaller
it's like
looking.
Weird things like that that I just recall, and it's just kind of like, oh yeah, it doesn't really matter. But
so that's your problem? Is you feel like it doesn't matter? Maybe that's a coping mechanism.
I think the coping mechanism was me blacking out like half my childhood. I don't really know a lot about a lot. Yeah. I remember when our Aunt Donna forced me to learn to tie my shoes.
Well, why didn't you want to learn how to tie your shoes? I also remember being
Velcro shoes were the shit.
But what was it that we had the opposition to? Because I remember not wanting to learn how to tie my shoes.
I wish I was in the right age gap for Heelys. I feel like Heelys would have been a lot of fun, but then I got real top heavy because I grew so fast.
This thing around that same time, I got top heavy.
You can't do Heelys.
So I never did any kind of skating. Told me I was too fat. Oh fuck yeah!
When?
A couple years before COVID.
From what?
Cardiac arrest in his sleep.
What? First time hearing about that. Jeez.
I know.
We got to take care of ourselves.
I know.
I'm going to start drinking Diet Coke.
That's what I do. The most successful, oldest men in the world drink Diet Coke.
I hate Diet Coke.
Well, then I guess you're going to have to be prepared to die.
Sometimes, sometimes a nice Diet Dr. Pepper in crushed ice that does something. But
I do love crushed ice.
That good ice. Love that.
Well,
here's my whole thing.
Yep. What?
I don't know.
You can't do that to people. They're going to think their phone cut off. They're going to think they're getting a call on vibrate. Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry that I don't really have much more of a...
I know. No, you're a pile of shit. I got a really big episode planned for next week. You and me are getting all caught up. We're doing 50 episodes this year. I'm going to be on the Matt F. Basler podcast soon with Molly from No Antics, I believe.
Hey, is that the guy who did the 20th anniversary of Smooth?
Yeah, he played it 20-something times.
That was super fun. That was a good show.
My credit score just went up according to a notification on my phone, so praise God.
Credit karma.
What else do we have? New music from Jacob V and the Yes Men coming this summer. Free show, June 24th, Bluewood Brewing. Chris is moving to Atlanta, so we're going to do a little send-off there. It's going to be a good time, and it's free. JacobV.com for all of the details. No Antics, July 8th at Off-Broadway, celebrating the July 6th release of Femgrime, the debut LP. Blinded by Stereo, new music in the works, new opportunities abounding. LP available on thick, delicious blue vinyl on Bandcamp. Find Blinded by Stereo on Bandcamp. I should really memorize that link. I want to say it's bandcamp.com/blindedbystereo, or it could be blindedbystereo.bandcamp.com. Somebody will point you in the right direction. Eat a better breakfast. Caddyshack, New Hamel, Illinois. We're going to be in the Pride Parade. I love them. They love you. Save a Life for 9. Do you have anything to plug? Are you doing that D&D live stream yet?
Not yet, no. I will need your help a lot when that starts out, though.
But do we need to do a test run?
Well, see, we're finishing up a campaign right now.
So you're waiting for the game to catch up?
Yeah, well, we're going to finish this campaign, and then starting the live stream will be a new campaign.
How long do you think that's?
The campaign? I don't know. This last one was 6 years. But you'd probably condense it all, and try to give it a time.
The last one took 6 years, but I don't know. We'll probably be good by Monday. I'm not sure.
We can't start that for a good minute, but I'm excited to.
That's what fucking Jared Leto said after the first 30 Seconds to Mars album. He was on Fuse, and they said, and the first album was out and it was doing really well. And he said, well, the first one took 10 years, so the next one probably. And they put 9 albums out in the next 10 years. You hate Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Why?
I just hate his face. That's all I gotta say about it. I don't like that man's face.
There's an Instagram for the show. There's Jacob V Weekly on Instagram, patreon.com/JacobV, JacobV.com. We love you. Be safe.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Take care of each other.
Love you.
I gotta find the button.
You don't know what the button is? Bye.